garden rake's better than a hoe any day. I don't do that, and I know how to grow potatoes, okay?
I'm planting that. Welcome back to Todd Family TV and the guidance.
Alright, it is an absolutely beautiful day out. It is in the evening. We have had supper and we decided that we would come out and till the garden. So that's what we're going to do. We might get a couple things in the ground, but that's what's happening this afternoon. This is the ground after it has been plowed, so very, very bumpy. This is the ground after it has been disced, less bumpy but still pretty bumpy, and then this is the ground after it has been tilled. It is pretty nice.
One of our favorite garden tools is the garden rake. And with the garden rake, you can pull loose dirt, you flip it over and you pull loose dirt, and then you can pull big clods out of the way. And that gives you ends up with a nice seed bed there. You can make a row with it, and if you need to bust up hard ground, it's good to bust up hard ground. A garden rake's better than a hoe any day. So, you know, it does a good job. And then you pull the clods out, push back some loose dirt, and you got you a good seed bed. And then you make you a row, plant your seed right in there, and then you come and you can lightly cover it up. A garden rake is probably the single best tool there is. Weeding, planting, everything, cultivating. You see these little weeds coming on? They just pull it right up, cultivate them out, then push some dirt back. Now the next tip is good to know is take from your end, every row can be consistent. Use your garden handle for a measurement device. Make you a mark here somewhere. You can actually measure it out, but the only thing that matters is you have the same width between every row that you want to have a nice row. Just make you a mark. Now right there we have a mark. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll get our starting point, and we'll put this at one row, this end at one row, and then this is our next row, and we'll stick it in. So wherever we start, so this is what we'll do. We'll have our row start right here, and we'll try to lay it off nice and straight. And so say we make that row, and say let's pretend we've got this row made, and this row's done. Now we're going to move. So we come right here, and we lay that down, we pull at that post, pull this up, and find our mark over here, wherever it was. And I don't know what mark we want to use this year. We need to make us a fresh mark on here, but let's say this is the mark. And then you come right here. Then you go down there to that end, and you lay it down, and you move that one down. And that way your rows are perfectly straight. And you just got your mark on your handle, and then all the way down through the garden, you can have the same exact row width, and you'll have a pretty garden. So we're gonna go ahead and get this set up, and get this stake in, pull a line, and make a row, and plant some potatoes. I know some people just cut their potatoes like in half and chunk them in there. I don't do that, and I know how to grow potatoes, okay? And the way I do is just cut a chunk off. All you need is one eye, okay? Give it a good place to live, and fairly deep there. And I just take if I know where an eye's at on a potato, just cut it out. Pop it loose. Make sure it's not too deep, and put it right there. And I like to space them out. I space them out, even about that far. They're not all gonna make it. There's an eye there. And then here's an eye. Every single one of these is a plant. And these are our eating potatoes. We just use the same ones we eat. So I'm not going to buy 50 pounds of seed potatoes and have a half a row. And there you go. That'll make a nice full row of seed potatoes. And now when you cover them up, you can use a garden rake. Would be nice. But the rule of thumb is whatever size seed you have, you cover it in 4 times as much dirt. A little teeny tiny seed, 4 times as much dirt. You might only be covering it a quarter to 3/8. A potato now, I mean technically this whole thing's a seed, but you could put a couple inches of dirt on top of a potato and be fine. Actually, a potato will come up through 3 or 4 inches of loose dirt. I mean, it likes it. And then it's down there. It'll make you some good potatoes down there. You know, the bigger the seed, the more dirt it can push up through. So we're going to cover it up with about 2 inches of dirt. A firm pack helps it. It likes a firm pack, and the reason that is we're dealing with loose soil anyways. So packing it actually helps the roots go from one little grain of soil to the next. You don't want any air pockets in there. It doesn't help. So we're going to see what we can do to cut some eyes out and get this row planted. Okay, I've got a little seed, a little eye on this one, little bitty eye. I'll put that right there. Okay, then I got an eye right here and an eye right here. Actually 2 or 3 right here. So I know this one's going to do well. I'll put it right here. Now I know this one's going to do pretty good. I'll put it next. Now chicken. Okay. But now this thing, I don't see any more eyes. Now when I'm about done, I'll take this and I'll put that there, and I'll hope that something here grows. I don't know if there's any eyes on there or not. So I'm just if they have an eye, fine. If they don't, no big deal. Then I'll just put that down. And of course your eyes always go up and the roots go down. Okay. Now here's another one, and it's starting to eye, and it's got littler eyes. There's an eye, there's an eye. Every single one of those is a plant. You throw that all in one spot, and you have too many plants in one spot. So you want to space it out if at all possible. If you're dealing with some smaller eyes, just plant them closer together. Potatoes are highly adaptable. That's why a lot of people can do it the wrong way and get away with it and still make something. I mean, you can just throw a couple potatoes in a tub of straw and make potatoes.
There you go.
You ain't going to feed a family that way, but you might feed yourself. Okay, here's what I've done. I'm going to see how far I can plant with one potato here, okay? So this is a pretty good sized potato. That was my first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far. We're going to see what we can do. I got 14 good eyes out of that. You see, that one's kind of big, but I got 14 good eyes. What are you doing, Liza?
I picked up a chicken.
Which one is that?
I don't know.
Charlotte.
Okay, bring
I
it
don't
here.
know. It was over there. It looks like a chicken.
Alright, Mom's making another row. What are you going to put in this one?
I think we'll have more potatoes.
More potatoes.
I'm planting dirt.
She's planting dirt. So this looks like a good piece of dirt. Show us how you plant it.
And as you can see, you make a hole.
You make a decent sized hole, right? So let me go ahead and make that for you. Do you think that's deep enough?
No.
No? Oh, okay. I think that's deep enough.
Yes.
So, and then you firmly put it in there, right?
Add some.
And
These
then
are potato dirt.
potato dirt. Alright. So, and then you'll cover it up
And then you cover it up.
and give it a firm pat, right, Zell?
No.
And get it.
No. Start it over.
No, that was good.
Here we're planting a tomato. So we plant our tomatoes right in the garden, if at all possible. So I just put a few seeds out, thinly cover it up, pack it nice and firm. Put us a little greenhouse over the top of it. Pack the greenhouse around it. Don't collapse it, but you have to pack the dirt or the wind to blow it away. And it also, the more dirt acts as a little bit of a heat houser. And you could put a lid on it and hold a little bit more heat, but we want our tomatoes to be tough. We've have another video, maybe we can link to it, showing you making the seed tapes. Now it's windy out here, planting a little seed would be tough, especially lettuce seed. It's almost like, it's like grass seed, it's like chaff. It'd blow away, it's difficult. So we have seed tapes. That's why we made them last winter. Now, you just come along, prep the seed bed in front. This is kind of ironic because just think of this toilet paper we're actually burying in the garden right now.
How valuable it is.
Yeah. We need to be digging the toilet paper up out of the garden, using it. Our dirt's still a little heavy. We're a little early planting some of this stuff, but okay, that's got it.
So the final thing we got, 2 rows of potatoes, 5 tomato plants, and then a half a row of lettuce. So that's our first thing in the garden.